Look they're just two guys being dudes. They're practicing. We're all doing our thing. Everybody's learning to golf now. It's a thing.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Julia Teixeira filling in for Marissa. And last night we got round one of Connor McDavid versus Conor Bedard. And it lived up to the hype, with Bedard scoring almost instantly, but McDavid recording 2 assists in a 4-1 win for Edmonton's 8th straight win. There are 2 sides to this matchup, so let's start with Chicago's. This stat about Bedard scoring and the rest of his team doing absolutely nothing is wild. His goal against the Oilers was the 4th time this season. He scored the opening goal in the first 6 minutes of a game, which is a good thing, but it's also the 4th time. His team has then been shut out for the rest of the game, and they ended up losing by multiple goals. That's never happened to a player more than 4 times in their entire career, and Bedard's already there, less than half a season into his career. The only other 2 players that's happened to are Gordie Howe and Sidney Crosby. That said, Bedsy's off to a rockin' start in this rookie campaign, with 12 goals in 28 games, which puts him on pace for 35 goals in 82 games. On the Edmonton side of things, there's no better team in hockey right now, which is pretty scary for the rest of the league. Like, terrifying, because they're not just scoring a ton, but they're also, shockingly, keeping the puck out of their net now. Of their 8 wins, they've allowed 3 or more goals in just 2 of them. McDavid's also at 38 points, thanks to a 10-game point streak, where he's recorded 25 points. Zach Hyman's up to 16 goals on the season, and Evan Bouchard is riding a 12-game point streak. That has him only behind Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes in the defenseman scoring race. Speaking of Connors, the Jets will be without their superstar sniper Kyle Connor tonight, and for the foreseeable future because of the dirty knee-on-knee hit he took from Ryan Strome on Sunday. Viewers in the Jets region can catch that one at 9 Central on TSN3. The Raptors are back in action tonight as they prepare to take on the Hawks for the first of 2 meetings at Scotiabank Arena in 3 nights. Both teams have been struggling mightily as of late. They have nearly identical records, and both have lost 4 straight and 6 of their last 7. To get us ready for the first of this home and home series, we're bringing in our resident gambling guru, Wes Chang. Thanks for joining us, Wes.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we know both these teams have been struggling, but they've also been involved in a ton of high-scoring games. In fact, the Hawks haven't scored or allowed fewer than 100 points all season long. Do you expect the trend to continue over these next 2 games? And would you be confident in hammering the overs?
Oh yeah, neither team can stop a nosebleed at this point. Toronto's supposed to be a good defense, but they've been really porous as of late. And then Atlanta, they're led by Trae Young. There's a reason why. They're the 5th worst defense in the NBA currently. But to their credit, offensively, the Hawks have been on fire this season. They've had 2 of the 5 highest scoring games in the NBA. They're the 3rd fastest paced team in the NBA. This game should ultimately be a track meet, and the fact that the Raptors got up to a combined 266 points versus the Knicks, a pretty stout defensive team, over 240, very reasonable number.
All right, now time to put you on the spot. Give us your best bet for tonight.
I got a generous plus money bet for you. Dennis Schroeder over 7.5 dimes. The Vultures are hovering over this team. Lots of rumblings about a starting lineup change. Schroeder's one of the guys who's definitely under the microscope. His shot has been really off as of late, but when he's at his best is when he's getting the dimes up, when he's getting the ball moving around. Toronto's offense needs to be more productive as a whole. It's a huge bonus for him that he's going up against a Hawks defense that allows the 3rd most points to their opponents. An even bigger bonus that it's Trae Young who's going to be lining up across from him. Potentially a great spot for Schroeder to bounce back.
Great to see you, Wes. Thanks for coming on.
You too, Julia.
And speaking of high-scoring teams, we've got a great rematch from the in-season tournament semifinal between the Pacers and the Bucks. You can catch that one at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on TSN. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
So yesterday was December 12th, or 12/12 on our calendars, which has been dubbed Tom Brady Day for his legendary jersey number. But what if Tom had followed his other passion and pursued an MLB career? With the team that drafted him, the Montreal Expos. In conjunction with the Topps baseball cards, Tommy Terrific let us know what could have been.
Oh, absolutely. You know why Tom Brady won 7 rings? It wasn't because of his game calling or his arm.
It was because of his hitting. 649 home runs. What a power hitter.
Excusez-moi, 2 poutines with extra Tommy, merci.
There's no question. Brady's the greatest. 23 seasons, 7 championships, the greatest comeback of all time against Atlanta.
I caught a lot of Expos basketball. But now, here's my pitch to you. Come on down to Brady Auto and catch some major league savings. Now sing that.
That guy just never let us lose.
Except to the Giants.
Twice. Yeah, twice. Without him, they would have moved us out of Montreal.
Sing that Thomas Promise.
Listen, I would also like my poutine with extra Tommy. What even is that? I'm confused but intrigued. Now, while Brady's Bizarro World retrospective was trending, it also caught the attention of one of his rivals, Eli Manning, who made sure to get in the final word.
Hey Tom, I hear it's Brady Day and it seems like people are sharing their favorite moments from your career. So I wanted to add my thoughts. Man, what a run you had. 23 years, 7 world championships, multiple MVPs. You're a Montreal legend. Personally, my favorite moments were those Giants championships. You've got a special place in the hearts of all of us from San Francisco.
I don't like the way that Americans say Montreal. It's weird, but that's my only comment there. Hilarious video though. It's been a rough week, Blue Jays fans, as they continue to see players who they're heavily rumored to be interested in get snapped up by other teams. The latest player off the board is Korean star Jung-Hoo Lee, who inked a 6-year, $113 million deal with the Giants. The 25-year-old outfielder was a career .340 hitter in the KBO over 7 seasons and never hit below .318 in a season. After the Yankees made a blockbuster deal to acquire Juan Soto last week and the Shohei Ohtani debacle, Lee is now the 3rd significant player that Toronto has not been able to land this offseason. But there might still be hope on the horizon, as Yoshinobu Yamamoto is expected to meet with the Jays in the coming days. The Yankees, of course, have been the favorites to land the Japanese superstar from the jump, but you're saying there's a chance. And in case we haven't had enough flight tracking, Ross Atkins was spotted having his shoes shined at the airport, because that's what we're doing now in Toronto. We're tracking shoe shining at Pearson. Could he be en route to Japan? That's all for today. Marissa will be back at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Track her flight home.